We are here in the dark. Because we are in Section 3 of the base, we are moving into Section 5 right now because we are working on a wool farm today. We are trying to set up a wool farm and seeing how that will go and seeing what we can do with that because we are trying to get to space, and in order to get to space properly, we need a wool farm to be able to make the machines. And so that is what we're working on today, and let's get to it. Now here's the bad news. This episode is probably gonna be late again, but here's the good news. The computer build has been completely ordered. The one that, if you guys are what's the word? If you're new to the series is the one thing, but if you're having been here for a while, something, I'm not entirely sure what the word is, but you would be familiar with the computer build, the talking about it and stuff, that I'm building a computer, and it is completely ordered, and half of it is here, which is excellent. So that has taken up a lot of time this week working on all that stuff, and so that is why this episode is probably going to be late again. We'll have to see. In any case, we are getting started on a wool farm, and in order to do that, we need to obviously find some sheep. So let's go ahead and find some sheep. But before we find some sheep, let's grab some dirt because we need to set up the section of the base doing some helpful things. Now, first of all, let's make a way to get through. So let's go ahead, and this way we don't have to keep climbing down there all the time. We're just going to make a way straight through this way to the other part of the base. And then let's see where we can go from here. By the way, in the comments of last video, Lupus590 suggested that we put the rocket in Section 3. By the way, this is Section 3 of the base, if you didn't see the last episode. The entryway where the piston door is Section 1, and then this is Section 2. It counts all the way from the bedrock all the way up to the surface. And then this is Section 3. And then if you go all the way over to the next place in here, which is very, very dark. Do we have any torches? Do we have any torches? Do we have any torches? No, we do not have any torches. Okay, we'll just have to go through the dark. But in any case, in Section 5 is where our big farms are going to be. And we're going to start with a sheep farm. Now, in order to make a sheep farm, this is very, very dark. It is very dark indeed. We should be getting through here in no time at all, though. In about 16 blocks total time, and we've gone quite a long ways already. Let's go ahead and dig a bit more through here, but in any case, we are going to be making farms, and there we go. Now we have some light, and let's start with the sheep farm. Now, we're making a hidden base, so the sheep farm cannot be on the surface, and in fact, it's best probably if it is down near the bedrock as much as possible, because someone walking across the surface, if the farm was right below the surface, they'd hear the sheep making noise and stuff, and so then they'd be like, oh, there's a hidden base, like right here. And so it's best to have the noise-making machines away from the surface. That's a good thing to consider, actually. Do we have all of our noise-making machines away from the surface? I don't know. But in any case, that's besides the point. So let's go ahead and start working on this sheep farm. It should be set up right down at bedrock down there. Let's make our way to the staircase, which is over this way. And I'll meet you down in the basement and see. Actually, before we go down there, we need a plan for what to do. We need it to be somewhat comfortable for the sheep, even though they're Minecraft sheep and they don't really care. But we need to do something fancy. So let's try putting grass down there. If we can put grass down there, that is kind of necessary for sheep. Grass is very necessary for sheep. Because, actually, if you guys don't know much about how the sheep work in Minecraft, it's basically a question of the sheep. When you have a baby sheep, it grows when it eats, and it eats grass. So we need some grass. And so that is the first thing to work on. And then there's also the walls and stuff. We need to do something to make them look somewhat sheep pasture-like, I guess you could say. Putting grass on the walls would be really weird. Oh, maybe leaves from the trees. That might be an idea. So let's see. Which corner do we want to put it in? Because we don't need the entire area. That would be an entirely big sheep farm. Oh, actually, we could use the one layer. This is going to be in layers, by the way, just like every other section of the base over there. And so we could use one layer in order to put all the animal farms in. So the sheep, the cows, the chickens, the pigs, the porcupines, Wait, not porcupines? Okay. Well, in any case, that's an idea. So let's put the sheep, I guess, in... Oh, you know what would be working, what might work very well, is in order to bring the grass downstairs, we need to provide a trail of grass. And actually, we could do that to anywhere, because we could just send the trail down the outside of the wall. So let's go ahead and head downstairs. And from there, let's set up our little place for a sheep pen. Pen as in a, not a writing implement, but a pen as in a... Not a pendulum either. A pen as in a sheep pen. So that is what we're trying to do. And it is very dark again. It would have been helpful to bring torches. And you know what? I'm going to go take care... Oh, actually, let's... this may be enough torches. Possibly. Let's see about that. No, it is only 4 torches. But it is enough to do something with for now. So let's go ahead and put this guy over here. And there we go. And yeah, we need some more torches. I'll be back in a minute. Actually, climbing up here, I just noticed something you guys may have noticed a while ago. This quarry is still here and is still, in fact, connected to power. And what that means is that if we were to try building anything down there, pretty soon we'd find the quarry come over and dig our build. Probably is what would happen. So, that is not ideal, so we need to break the quarry. Okay, it broke the entire exterior frame, but didn't break the quarry arm. So let's actually break this thing over here like that, and there we go. Now the quarry arm is gone. Now we have a base that is free from quarry danger, and we are free to do some things. And you know, it might actually be more helpful to dig some more holes in the roof. That might be the best way to get light down here. So I'm going to go ahead and work on that and be back with you in a minute or two. So here's an interesting thing. I just discovered that all of our coal has been turned into coal coke, which means that we don't have any coal to make torches, which is a bit of a problem. So I guess we'll have to work on that. In the future, we'll be having a tree farm, which we'll be able to turn into charcoal, which is just as good for making torches, so that is good. So that will be the plan for the future. For now, we'll just have to sort of balance our coal between the coke machine and the other stuff. And so let's go with that. We now have... Whoa, that is dark in there. That is very dark in there. Why is it so dark in there? It shouldn't be so dark in... There's a tree in the way. There's a tree in the way. That is the problem, is that there is a tree in the way. Okay, it's time to make the tree no longer stay in the way. So, let's do that, and hello, tree. We need to get outside to be able to do this task like this. But now we have the tree out of the way. Now we have light in our base once again. So, now it is time to head back over to the other section of the base with our torches. Is there wood? Yes, there is wood. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. You know, once we get over there, you'll actually see from the opening of the roof, it's actually pretty bright over here, so we may not even need the torches. We've got a lot of the void effect, where as you get lower down, you start to lose visibility to farther areas and stuff, and whoops, that is a big, deep hole there. Anyways, we now have our location over here, which is the future location of the sheep farm. Now, here's the question, is how high up should we make it? So here's the idea, is that we'll build out dirt in, like, a grassy area kind of idea. However, how high up should we make that? Because we could make it down at bedrock level, but the trouble with that is then we can't put any redstone underneath if we happen to want to do so. We are currently on level 5. I think perhaps level 10 at least, maybe 15, would be a good idea to set this farm at, let's say maybe 10. Let's say 10. Yeah, let's say 10. So, let's go ahead and build up to 10, and then build out a bit of a platform. There we are. We are on level 10 now. Whoop, that was not the way to do that. There we go. Let's go up to level 10 once again. And now let's go ahead and fill in the floor and see what we can do from here. Actually, it would be best, before we do all of this, it would be best to connect to the surface to allow the grass to start spreading downstairs. So that is the plan. So let's go ahead and build up to the surface, leave a trail of dirt behind us, because how grass works, for those of you guys who are unfamiliar, grass essentially, at least as far as I understand, it will spread 1 block up at a time, I think, and 3 blocks down at a time, or something. But basically, if you have a grass block and a dirt block side by side, the grass block will, at random times, spread to the dirt block, and once the dirt becomes grass, then it is good to go. But it's like, if you have a big field of dirt and 1 grass block, then it's surrounded by a whole bunch of dirt on all sides, and then it just randomly grows grass on one of the adjacent dirt blocks. And then it grows on an adjacent block adjacent to that one, and stuff like that. And that is essentially how the grass works. And so what we are doing is we are building a trail in order that the dirt, or rather the grass, can come downstairs. And we do have extra dirt, which is good. In order that the grass can come downstairs and meet us downstairs. That is the idea. So let's go ahead and head all the way out to the grass over here. And what we're going to do, because here's the thing, it's not guaranteed. Like, you put a dirt block beside a block of grass, and then it grows after a certain amount of time. The time is not guaranteed, so it can grow faster, at least as far as I understand, if you go ahead and put a torch down. But if you go ahead and make multiple grass blocks beside each other, because then it has a greater chance that it will grow onto one of them, and so it'll go faster that way. So that is basically the situation that we're trying to go for, and we must be about to hit the surface somewhere. There is surface somewhere. I don't know if you guys can hear the rain, but there is rain on the surface that is audible. And so we are getting close, but where exactly are we? I don't know, but we are, actually, we're at Y level 74. We are actually, and we're in a cave. We are in a cave. That is not exactly where you want to wind up. Oh, actually, this is an interesting situation, because now we have a cave that is part of our base. This looks like a hub area, if you guys can see it. Let's place some torches down. But this looks like it's symmetrical, round, stuff like that. It looks very nice as a place of something or other. Not entirely sure what. But there is some grass, which is what we are looking for. So let's go ahead and place some dirt down that way. And extend the dirt across this way as well. So this way we have the dirt being 3 blocks across. And the reason for that is because then it has a greater chance of spreading to one of the blocks. If it was only 1 dirt block beside 1 dirt block, then it only has 1 block it could possibly spread to, whereas if the dirt had like 3 blocks around it, if that was grass and it had 3 blocks around it, then it basically would spread more often to at least one of the blocks, if that makes any sense. I think that's how it works. So let's see about doing this. Let's bring it all the way down to the underground area, and I'll be back with you in a minute or two. Well, that took a while. I just finished digging through the 3 wide pathway area, and that took a while. Let's see how far the grass has spread in that amount of time. So the grass is indeed up over here, and we can see that it has spread to nowhere. Okay, so it may take some time. I wonder if these guys need to be removed or not. That is a good question. But now they are removed, so now the grass can continue to spread. And let's actually dig that one as well. Let's put a dirt block down there as well, so that it has an extra chance of spreading. And put a torch. We have torches in the area, so I guess we don't need them. Okay, so I guess it's time to extend the dirt down, and we can let the grass grow while we are collecting the sheep, because collecting the sheep will be a fairly long and substantial amount of time as far as grass growing is concerned. So, now I'll be back with you in a moment once we get back down to the staircase, the main open staircase. There we go. That section is complete of the dirt trail. And on the way down, I found a vein of coal, so we got a whole bunch more coal, 56 total now. That includes what we had before. And so now it's time to go and just simply extend the dirt over in this direction. And once we get down to the end of the place, then we have a complete trail for the grass to follow. Then all we need to do is build out our area and stuff like that, and then go get some sheep. Small problem when you are shifting and jumping and shifting and jumping across the place. You wanna be careful not to jump too far and jump off of the staircase. That would be a good idea. Okay, hopefully, let's see. We can probably get our stuff back because there's no lava or anything. It's just a matter of getting down there and fixing things and collecting things. And okay, this is going to be a hard jump to try to get up there without any materials. This is essentially, it's a head hitter jump because you have to try to, if you try to jump, you hit your head on the ceiling. And so you have to try to jump around a corner, and it is easier said than done, although it was just done. There we go. The trick actually to doing that, it appears to be, so you're on this block, right? And you hold shift, you go right to the edge as far as you can go, and then you go and simultaneously press your, like, hold your sprint key and then press forward in the direction you want to go, like right in this case, and jump, and that didn't work that time, but oh, no. I think what it is, wait, it worked before. Why isn't it working now? It worked before. Oh, I think you have to back up a bit. I think you have to, if you're too close to that block, you'll bounce off the edge. I think is how it works. Yes, that is the trick. So you have to simultaneously press your sprint key and forward and right and jump at the same time, and not do it while you're explaining, because of course it never works while you're explaining. Why would it ever work while you're explaining? That just is not a thing. Oh, because it's not the right key. It's okay, so don't press right at the same time. Just go ahead and do like this and press forward and jump at the same. It worked! And now, there we go. That is how you do it. So in any case, that is the idea. In any case, I'll meet you back downstairs at the stuff. Actually, no, not going to cut here. Just going to head downstairs because, you know, it is a staircase. And here we go. And there are actually some diamonds down there. In case you guys were wondering, there are some diamonds randomly in the middle of the bottom of the quarry. We will be getting around to those in maybe not this episode, but we will be getting around to them sometime because they are right there. They are very helpful, and there is our stuff. Mostly building blocks and things of that sort, but we do have our poly tool, and we have our computer. We should have our computer. It is here somewhere. Where exactly did it go? That is not the pocket computer. That is not the pocket computer either. Did it go farther in a radius? It appears that the faster you're going when you hit the ground, it appears that the more your items tend to spread out. Oh, there's some more. There is our pocket computer right down there. There we go. We got that thing back once again. There we go. And now we also need... Not entirely sure. I think that's everything. We've got our poly tool. We've got our wireless pocket computer. We are good to go. Let's go ahead and head back over to here and try to finish this floor without dying and finish the staircase as well. And it might be helpful to actually have a way to get up to the floor to begin with. So I'm gonna build this floor out a bit, and then be back with you once we try to go get the sheep. Just noticing, so there's the floor, but there's a slight danger in that it's very easy, especially with the poly tool, to accidentally go and break a dirt block, and there happens to be a dirt block underneath that one, so it was a bad example. But you accidentally go and break a dirt block, and then all your sheep start falling down. That is not very good. So probably it would be a good idea to fill in this layer with cobblestone so that the sheep, so that if you accidentally do break a dirt block, it's not disaster for the sheep. It's just a matter of the sheep are where they're supposed to be. So that is the plan. So I'm going to fill that in as well. Well, this is looking good. The grass has spread already all the way down to here. Let's go ahead and seal off the outside world because we don't need it anymore. And there we go. The grass has spread all the way down to here. That is just in the time that it took to fill in the floor and stuff like that. I still have to go ahead and fill in the rest of this staircase. This is where I died last time, in case you're wondering. This is where I fell off, which is not ideal, not at all. And so I'm going to try this time building it from the other end of the staircase, and that is that. So, and I lit up the area with torches as well, because it's possible that grass only grows if it has enough light, so that is good to do. But in any case, let's go find some sheep. Now, I think the closest sheep are close to the village, possibly. There is the big question, how to get the sheep to make it into the basement. That is a big question. But it may work best if we have some wheat to bring the sheep along with, because they like to follow wheat. So let's go ahead and try this out. And that seed does not fit into the chest. That seed fits into that chest, and the wheat goes into the inventory. There we go. Now, where exactly? Let's double check if there are any sheep in this area. It would make it a lot easier, but I do not believe there are any sheep in this area. The sheep were close to the... Ooh, is that a sheep? That is a sheep! That is a sheep. That is good. First of all, do we have any leads? Hello, sir. Thank you for coming very quickly. Let's just double check if we have any leads. Lead, we do. We can get a lead. It requires a slime ball, which requires cheese curds from some other planet, or it requires polymethylmethacrylate, which is a whole bunch of carbon and hydrogen and oxygen and stuff. Let's see if Mr. Sheep will follow us just like this. Actually, forget about that sheep for now. We need to find 2 sheep in order to start breeding the sheep. So, where exactly can we find a second sheep? That is the plan, that is the idea. And, oh, you guys may have been telling me, oh, there's a problem back at the base. And the problem is that if we get the sheep there, how is he going to stay in the grassy area? Answer, he's not, because we don't have a fence to fence him in. So, we need to set that up right away before bringing the sheep over to the area. You know what? Let's bring the sheep into the lake, because in the lake we can find him again more easily, possibly. And it makes sure that he doesn't fall into a cave. So that is that. So come on, sir sheep. This way, please. This way, please. Thank you very much. Into the lake with you. Thank you very much. That is excellent. Excellent, excellent. Okay. And careful the big hole in the bottom of the lake there. And come on. Come on. Why? What are you doing? Are you stuck? Are you stuck? Oh, well, let's just leave him there for now. Let's go ahead and fix the place inside the base, because it is a bit of a problem, because it needs to have a fence so the sheep does not fall out of the pen. And you know what? We are going to need... How are we going to do this sort of a fence kind of thing? We need some fence, I guess. That would take a lot of wood. That we do not particularly... Oh, actually, no, there is such a thing as a cobblestone fence, isn't there? Fence fence, 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 fence. There we go. And that requires... Oh, that's the regular fence. There is... Oh, it's wall. It's called a wall. Cobblestone wall. And that is the cobblestone wall. It is just simply cobblestone. Okay, that is totally doable. So let's go ahead and make a whole bunch of cobblestone walls. And there we go. That is a bunch of them. I'm going to be back in a minute or two. Okay, so let's follow the path that the sheep is going to take to get into the base. Here is the first problem is... What is that in the sky? That's the satellite. It looked pink. It looked like it was a floating pig in the sky. That's weird. Anyways, the sheep is going to arrive here. And there's the door that is set up perfectly to clamp on a sheep, which is not good. So we need to do something about that. It would be easiest if a lever would work, because then we can just simply grab the lever like that. Stick it on. Will it work just simply sticking the lever here? No, that will not work. We probably need to replace the button, so let's go ahead and replace the button with a lever. There we go. We now have a permanently open door, so the sheep can come in here like this. Let's close the door for now. So, now let's go ahead and head into this way. Let's go this way. We need to protect the sheep this direction, so let's go ahead and put down some cobblestone walls so that he does not fall down that way. And now let's go down this way. And here comes the sheep down this way. And we need to perhaps extend them up a little bit. As you can see, if we were to just simply place the cobblestone... actually, hopefully we can see that at the next staircase. So let's go ahead and do that at the next staircase. And in case you're wondering what I'm talking about, we'll find out once we get there. So this way is where the sheep is supposed to go, and he shall come this way and get all the way to here. Now we have a problem in that he may fall down into this main section over here. So let's go ahead and build out a little bit of a barrier this way as well. And there we go. We are almost there. Okay, we are here. And now the sheep can safely travel all... Whoops, sorry. Messages coming up on my screen. The sheep can safely travel all the way to here. Now, once he gets to here, he has a problem. First of all, let's check on the grass situation. Where exactly is the grass at? It has made it all the way to there. That doesn't appear to have moved much since last time. So, that is that. So, in any case, the sheep now can travel in the door. It can travel all the way down through the tunnel, which is over here, and travel to... Let's go ahead and break this as well. Travel to here, at which point the sheep will find itself in a bit of a dangerous situation like over here. So, let's go ahead and fill in a bit of area as safety, and now let's go ahead and start extending. Now, here's the thing with the wall on the stairs that I was trying to say earlier. If you simply put a wall on every single step, then what happens is the sheep can come and just very easily walk on top of the wall and go over the edge, which is not very good. So if you build it up one more so that you can actually see the gray wall connecting in like a zigzag pattern like that, then it is nice because the sheep can no longer just simply walk over the edge. And I believe that the grass can still grow on this dirt because the wall is not a solid block above it. Although if I'm wrong, you guys can correct me on that because that may be useful to know for the future. But there we go. This is going to take a fair bit of time. And now we have reached the bottom. Now it's just a matter of building a wall around the pen like this. Now, you guys may be wondering if you didn't quite understand the beginning of the episode, or if I didn't explain it properly, which usually happens. Basically what we're doing is we're setting up a sheep farm, and the reason for the sheep is to get wool, because all of our machines, in order to get to the moon, that is our next goal. But in order to get to the moon, all of our machines require wool to build them. And so we need a lot of wool. Now, here's a possible way of escape for the sheep. The sheep could be wandering around, wander up here, wander up here, wander up here, wander up here, and now he has made his way out. So we need to block that from happening. Possibly the simplest way to do it would just be to do like that. And there we go. Now the sheep can no longer... He cannot jump on top of that block. So he should be safe inside the pen. And once the grass gets down here, then he'll have some food as well. And that is the idea. So let's go ahead and head up here. And it looks like this grass will not be grown this episode. If the second sheep is as easy to find as the first sheep, then the grass will not have grown all the way down to the bottom of the pathway, but it should have grown all the way there by next episode, which would be very good because in order to breed the sheep, in order to get a faster wool production, we would need the sheep to have something to eat, which is the grass, and so that is important. And so, oh, here's another potential problem, is that hole there. The sheep may decide to wander over that way and fall into the hole, which is not very good. So let's go ahead and protect the hole. Not protect the hole. Let's protect the sheep. Let's protect the sheep. Let's protect the sheep. And there we go. That should be... I don't know if the sheep can jump over this, so let's just go ahead and build it out a little bit just to be on the safe side. Is there anything on the other side? There is nothing on the other side to be concerned about. Okay, I think we are ready for Mr. Sheep. Mr. Sheep, come back here, please. Come back here, please. Actually, just come here, please, in the first place, because it's not really back because you haven't been here yet. Welcome to your new home, sheep. We're going to check out your new home. And if you guys have any ideas for what to do with the walls of Mr. Sheep's pen over there, then let me know, because I don't really know what to do. The ground is kind of obvious, you know, having bright green grass as the ground, but as far as what to do for the walls to make it very, very home-like for the sheep, I don't really know what to do for the walls. So if you guys have any ideas for that, then that would be awesome. But in any case, the sheep is very kindly coming this way. Come on, sheep, thank you very much. That is very kind of you. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to try in between episodes to grow the grass. It requires keeping the game open, which sometimes can be hard to fit into the schedule because this computer is slow enough that I can't really be running the game and an editing program at the same time, or a whole bunch of windows in a web browser or whatever. So it's kind of... Here's one of the problems, in case you guys have been wondering why sometimes it takes so long to bring things out. Bring content out and stuff. One of the big problems is because it just takes a long time to do everything because I have to do things one at a time. And so with this new computer that is on the way, I don't know how long it'll take before it's set up because I've never actually used Windows before since Windows 98. But yeah, so it may take a while to set up, but once it's completely set up, then the game can run on the Windows computer while the so the grass is growing and stuff, well, the editor is running on the Mac and stuff like that, and that is the plan, at least. So that is something to really look forward to. Not sure how much of a difference practically it'll make in terms of how many videos get out, but hopefully the ones that do get out will be better quality and stuff like that. There's a lot of factors that go into what makes a video take so long to make. But in any case, the sheep has arrived. The sheep has now arrived down at the sheep pen. He looks a little bit lonely down there, but that is okay. We're gonna bring him a friend, and the grass will be coming down fairly shortly. Well, not fairly shortly, but it will be coming down hopefully by next episode if it doesn't take too long. So let's see about that, and I'm gonna be back with you once we're outside once again. And we once again are outside. Now, let's hope that the second sheep is as easy to find as the first sheep was. Let's hold our wheat just in case any sheep notices us when we don't notice the sheep. And let's see about the situation. So, anybody down there, if anybody were down there, they wouldn't have survived, so that's not much point in checking that. And if they did survive, we wouldn't be able to get them out, because that is a very, very, very deep hole. So, let's see. Mr. Sheep should be around here somewhere. That is a chicken. It's very nice to have the world glitches like this where you can see the animals through the ground. And it's also nice to know that there are no sheep in the immediate vicinity. However, there are a bunch of cows, which may actually be good to bring back to the base. If we can bring a couple of cows along at the same time, then that would be very, very good. But no sheep anywhere. No sheep anywhere, it appears. Hello, sir. There's a mountain here. There is a, well, not a mountain. I guess it's more of a thing. More of like a hill kind of thing. There are no sheep in the area, so the second sheep is going to be a lot harder to bring back than the first sheep. So, I'm gonna keep looking for a sheep and be back with you hopefully soon. We shall see. There is most definitely a sheep over at the village, but the village is a fairly long distance away, and so it would be best to not have to go to the village. We shall indeed see how the situation is going to work. And also, if you guys have any questions about the new computer as well, because I'm planning to make some videos on it, and if you guys have anything in particular that you want to see in the videos, then let me know.